Hi, my name is Roxanne Sebastian. Today is December 9, 2018, and this is week 6 of Bio 240 course, and week 6 is about the digestive system. So for this week's video exercise, I will have to pretend that I just ate a cheeseburger, and I will explain what happens to the cheeseburger during the digestive process. And I will be using this picture to explain the digestive process. So the organs of digestion are part of two main groups. First is the gastrointestinal tract or the alimentary canal, which is a long continuous tube approximately 30 feet or 9 meters in length, and it begins in the mouth and it ends in the anus. And the second group of organs consists of accessory structures, and they include the teeth, the tongue, the salivary glands, liver, gallbladder, and the pancreas. So the digestion of the cheeseburger begins in the mouth, and as the teeth tears and chop the food, the saliva moistens it for easy swallowing. And then a digestive enzyme called amylase, which is found in the saliva, starts to break down some of the carbohydrates, which is the bun in my cheeseburger, before it leaves the mouth. So when you swallow, the swallowing, which is accomplished by the muscle movements in the tongue and mouth, it moves the food into the throat or the pharynx. And the pharynx is a fast passageway for food and air. And there is a flexible flap of tissue called the epiglottis, which closes over the windpipe when we swallow to prevent choking. So from the throat, the food or the cheeseburger travels down to the muscular tube in the chest called the esophagus, and the waves of muscle contractions called peristalsis forces down the food through the esophagus to the stomach. So at the end of the esophagus, there is a muscular ring called the sphincter. I don't know if you can see it there. But the sphincter allows the food to enter the stomach, and it squeezes to shut the food or fluid from flowing back up to the esophagus. So the stomach muscle churns and mix the food with acids and enzymes, breaking it into much smaller or more digestible pieces. And an acidic environment is needed for the digestion to take place in the stomach. So the glands in the lining of the stomach produces about 3/4 of these digestive juices each day. So by the time the food is ready to leave the stomach, it has been processed into a thick liquid called chyme. And then there is a muscular tube at the end of the stomach called the pylorus. And when the chyme is ready to leave the stomach, when it reaches the right consistency, it will pass through the pylorus and it will go down to the small intestine, where the digestion of food continues so the body can absorb nutrients into the bloodstream. So the small intestine is made up of 3 parts: the duodenum, which is the C shape or the first part; the jejunum, which is the midsection; and the ileum, which is the final section of the small intestine. So the inner wall of the small intestine is covered with millions of microscopic finger-like projections called the villi. The villi are the vehicles through which the nutrients can be absorbed into the body. So the liver, which is located under the rib cage and the right upper part of the abdomen; the gallbladder, and the pancreas beneath the stomach. They are not part of the alimentary canal, but these organs are important for healthy digestion. So the pancreas produces enzymes that help digest proteins, fats, and carbohydrates. And then the liver produces bile, which helps absorb fat. And then the bile is stored in the gallbladder until it is needed. So these enzymes and the bile travel through special ducts directly into the small intestine, where they help break down the food. So from the small intestine, some of the food that has not been digested and some water travels into the large intestine, and by the time the food reaches the large intestine, the work of absorbing of nutrients is nearly finished. And the large intestine's main function is to remove water from the undigested matter and form solid waste that can be excreted. So the large intestine is made up of three parts. First is the cecum, and then you can see there's the appendix right there. So the appendix is a small hollow finger-like pouch right there, and the colon or the large intestine extends from the cecum to the right side of the abdomen. So the colon has three parts: the ascending colon, the transverse colon, and the descending colon right there, which holds the resulting waste. So after the descending colon, the digested food or the waste product goes into the rectum right there, and then it goes to the anus as a bowel movement right there. And that concludes my video for week 6 of Bio 240 course. Thank you.